It's just a shade after midday on Saturday the 17th of September. So good afternoon everybody, and a warm welcome to Bell's Mill Fishery in Stourbridge in the West Midlands. Just got myself sorted and all settled in for a 24-hour session. I arrived just before 9 AM and I got the green light to start fishing at 10, and fishing will end tomorrow at 10, which will be the Sunday. I'm not alone. Classing this session as a bit of a social, but unfortunately my friends who are part of the social are on the other side of the lake. When they asked me if I'd like to come fishing with them on this social event, it's a pre-book venue, and looking at the availability, there was only 2 swims left, which are on the opposite side of the lake. I'm actually in peg 7 and I think they're in 2, 3 and 4, but it's not all bad news, because over the last week this side of the lake has been doing all the fish, and I believe it did a couple of fish as recently as, I think it was Thursday night, Friday morning. Being honest with you, this is not my number one choice of venue. Obviously pre-booking a swim and not being able to look around the lake, find the fish and drop where you like, but yeah, it's more of a, as I say, supposedly a social event, but yeah, I'm on one side of the lake and the other lads are on the other, but that's the way it goes. But nonetheless, first impressions are absolutely stunning venue. All the swims are, as you can see by this shot, lined with gravel. Nice pallet there, so mud free. Short walk from the car park with the barra. Plenty of vegetation and surrounded by beautiful countryside. There's some nice fish in this lake actually, I believe, and yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone watching this, but I think there's at least 6, maybe more 30s in here, and there's quite a few 20s to angle for. So I've literally been fishing about an hour, 2 rods. I was fortunate to have a chat with the angler that was departing this morning, and he told me that he had 2 bites last night, but sadly he lost both of them. But he gave me an area where he'd had the bites from, so yeah, couldn't ignore that. So the left hand rod has gone towards the point of that island, around about 2 rod lengths off it, he said, and the right hander is just plonked in the open water. Both on solid bags, both on scopex squid, pop-ups, and my ever faithful twisted multi-rigs. White pop-up on the left hander and a yellow pop-up on the right. So there you go. Just coming up to 10 past 12 and I'm absolutely starving. So I'm going to have a bit of a late breakfast and a nice coffee, and I will keep you updated on what's going on during the duration of this session, and hopefully something to show you in front of the camera in the way of a carp. Incidentally, before I finish this opening blog piece, this is my first night session in 2 years, so if yeah, nothing does happen and I'm unsuccessful to catch one, it'll be nice nonetheless to spend the night under the stars. Right, the old belly's rumbling, so I'm going to have something to eat and I will catch up with you later. It's just gone 20 to 1 and I've had a little bit of action. Just finishing off my late breakfast, and I've had a right bang on the left hand rod. Could have been a liner, so I've slackened the bobbins off, but yeah, encouraging. Really warm, don't know the exact temperature, but it's got to be close to 20 degrees. We had lows last night of 4, and I believe it's going to be a colder than usual night tonight. But I would say that the water temperatures are still stabilised. They they won't cool down just yet until we get a consistent spell of really cold evenings. But yeah, that was it was encouraging. Got me on the edge of my bed chair anyway. Really is quite incidentally, it's a full house tonight. There was I believe a full house last night, so it's a seriously pressured water. There's lines coming across this lake virtually 7 days a week, so any result during this session I think is going to be a big thumbs up. One thing I didn't add in the opening blog piece was I was told not to use big beds of bait. As you've probably seen some of my recent videos, I'm a big fan of solid bags, so I was going to come here with that approach regardless. But yeah, I'll show you it a bit later. But I've got the Scopex squid flake with me and some 12mm Scopex squid bottom baits. I've had quite a few people told me personally that they poo-poo the flake. It's just a gimmick. I disagree. Certainly on my current venue, the reaction from the carp after watching them feed in the margin is nothing but stunning. Even small amounts, it just keeps the fish in the area a lot longer than a conventional boilie. So that's my opinion. The flake is something that's in my armoury, and it will come blooming everywhere I go, because I just think it's a fantastic edge and absolutely perfect for the solid bags. But yeah, I'll get it out at some stage and you can have a closer look at it. It's good straight out the bag, or I add the old Scopex squid syrup. Gives it even more attraction, and it really does create a nice plume in the water. There we go. Just thought I'd give you this bit of a brief update. Encouraging. Right, I'm going to finish my coffee now, and I will catch you later. There goes the tranquility and silence. Right opposite me we've got a canal running down the side of this fishery, and I'm going to keep talking just to avoid the copyright notice, but you can probably hear in the background a bit of a rave going on, and it sounds like the disco boat or the disco barge is coming down the canal. Quite funny really. There you go. Just check the forecast, and it's currently 17 degrees, and it's going to be a little bit warmer tonight. Lows of 4, and they're forecasting lows of 9. I don't know, disco barge, whatever next. Come on, carp.
Minute 23. Right there.
Just over 23.
Yeah. Isn't it? You get a picture.
How many? Get a picture of the scale so we can.
I'd say 23 and a quarter.
Because each runs 2 ounce, isn't it?
Is a bit. Do you want to hold it? Because it's. Well,
I'll just fill you in as I'm filming.
You're shaking a bit.
Mark there with the glasses on.
Going like that.
You've probably seen on previous videos. He popped round
There you go, Dad.
Let's have a chat because he's on the other side of the lake. And old matey next door. What, you just dropped it in the edge, mate?
Yeah.
I don't think the bag had a chance to melt, and
What's your rock?
yeah, it's got an absolutely further of a common. Which, what did it go, Mark?
23. 20, just over 20.
Careful, George.
Great condition, mate.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, look at the mouth on that.
We're getting a good spot, Dad, for the picture.
Yeah, there.
It's here, isn't it? Take pride on there and they're like,
It's false apart.
an eye on.
Well done, mate. When you get him back.
So what was that for, 23?
23.4, I think it was.
These cradles are cracked, yeah.
Well, cradle's doing its job.
Beautiful fish. I know it's got legs. Yeah, happy?
One or two more this side then.
Okay, I'm getting back.
Beautiful fish, mate. Well done.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. That's it, mate. Put him back. There's that sling.
Bring it back from the front.
Do it in the broken one.
Well, not to see you, Mark.
See the bit?
Dip in that one, Dad. No record. And match the axe again. Get it, I've got it.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
It's just gone 5 o'clock. And you can probably see from this shot, now I've got 3 rods out. Not long sorted the 3rd rod out, and that one's just gone to my left down the margin. So yeah, going back to peg number 6, which is to my right next door. About an hour ago now. Yeah, lad's fishing there with his dad. Reeled one of his rods in, and there's a little bit of a gap on the bank to his right, which he dropped a rod in, and he said it was literally in the water for about minutes, and resulted in that lovely common. I think they said on the camera it was £22. They used my sling because unfortunately theirs are broken, and it was zeroed before they weighed it, but nonetheless great fish, great condition, and well done to that young lad. So nice. There's definitely a carp on this blog. The wind's been trickling to my left, and according to the forecast it's going to go quite still tonight. So coming up towards tea time, and I'll be getting my homemade spag bowl in the pan to reheat up, and settling in for the night. What it will hold, who knows. Lovely to be here though. But before that, I think it's time for another frothy coffee. There we go. As I promised earlier, a closer insight regards the flake. Had a bit of stick over this one. Plenty of times when I worked in the trade for Angling Direct, numerous times my work colleagues used to say, why are you buying that stuff that Nashi sweeps up off the factory floor? Well, this is a big fat green tick in my armoury, and I absolutely love the stuff. Perfect for me solid bags. Loose feeding it just sits lovely over silt, fragments of weed, and the reaction watching the fish feeding in the margin, even small amounts, they just literally hang around for ages. Absolutely perfect. You can open the bag and go fishing, be it the Scopex squid or the citrus one. But what I like to do is get some of the, in this shot is the Scopex squid syrup. Plenty of it, mix it well into the bait, quite moist at first. Normally do it 24 hours before the session. Let it soak into the flake, and when that hits the water, the plumage and the cloud it produces is absolutely just added attraction, and yeah, makes what's a very good product even better. So this may or may not be of interest to you, but if you haven't tried the flake, I suggest you do. Brilliant product in my opinion. Morning. Just gone up to 6:30 and I've had a very quiet night. Didn't sleep too bad. Plenty of fish rolling, and I mean rolling, virtually every like 30 to 40 minutes throughout the night. So the fish were very active, but had the odd bleep here and there. But sadly, nothing materialised into a full-blooded take. And to my knowledge, no one else has caught anything, or certainly on my bank. So disappointing, but yeah, quite predictable really, because as I said previously in this blog, it's a seriously pressured venue, and yeah, I didn't really have high hopes, to be honest. But whilst you're fishing, you've always got a chance. And it's not over yet. Got till 10 o'clock, so just put the kettle on to make the first coffee of the day. And I will sit here watching the water, and who knows, there may still be a chance. Right, let's get that coffee sorted. Just approaching 9 o'clock, and the pack up has begun. Bivvy's down, and just starting to get a few things together now. A little bit of time left, never say never, but it's looking like a blank. My impressions of Bell's Mill fishery? Very good. Nice calf on site. Well impressed with the hardcore swims. An easy access around the lake. Another lad just turning up there to start yet another match on the match lake. Landing net, unlucky map, water bucket all provided. And travelling wise, it's what, 15-20 minutes from my house, so yeah, I shall definitely come back. I don't know when, but I shall definitely book myself another 24-hour session at some stage in the future. So it's a big thumbs up for me, well impressed with the fishery. So if anything does materialise in the next hour, I'll do my best to get it in this blog, but if not, short and sweet again. But for those that have watched it, I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one, Tight lines and happy angling.